Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's been a long time, right? I feel like it's been a while since I've created any content. I've been super busy. Lots kind of going on in America, and lots going on with me. Kind of took a week off, just spring break and all that kind of stuff happening, and I took a week off of work, so I took a week off of this too. And so yeah, it's kind of nice to get away for a little bit sometimes. Especially when you're talking about politics and stuff with the news, sometimes it can seem like it's a little much. So sometimes, nice to take a little break. If you haven't already, check out the channel. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I would very, very much appreciate it if you did. And hey, I appreciate you watching Citizen Pete. So let's jump right into it, right? So goodbye, coronavirus. Hello, mass shootings. As Americans get vaccinated and we begin to finally put this virus behind us, people are regathering once again. And you know what that means? More mass shootings. America's shittiest pastime. In Atlanta, 8 people were gunned down by a white dude who I guess was having a bad day and decided to kill a bunch of Asian people. In Boulder, Colorado, people were shot by a guy who somehow got his hands on a gun 6 days ago and decided to use shoppers for target practice. Now, honestly, to be fully honest and with you guys, I absolutely hate talking about mass shootings. I used to cover them a lot in the news, and it's just one of those things that it's just such a tragic, horrific event. And I hate talking about them, but they happen, so we need to talk about them. First, after these mass shootings, there's calls for support, calls for healing, thoughts and prayers, if you will. And then it turns into a fight about gun control. Democrats call for more gun legislation with universal background checks, mandatory waiting periods, stuff like that. Republicans call for more guns because that's the way to fix all your mass shooting related problems, apparently. And for me, both sides miss the point entirely. Yes, we do need more gun legislation. In Georgia, there's a longer waiting period for an abortion than there is to go buy a firearm. That makes no sense at all. Hell, in some states, you can get a gun at a gun show with no background check whatsoever. And in Colorado, the dude who got the gun there, apparently he got his AR-15 after the NRA filed a lawsuit to block Colorado's assault weapons ban. So yeah, we definitely, absolutely need more legislation. At the same time, there's been a lot of mass shootings that, didn't become mass shootings because some good old Johnny on the spot had his handgun with him and could take out the crazy dude. There was a shooting here at a church in Texas a few years ago where, a guy walked into the church ready to go kill some people, and luckily a few folks in the congregation pulled out their pistols and killed him first. And so, it's not as easy of a thing as like, all right, let's just take the guns away. And I get that, yes, the AR-15 that was used in the Colorado shooting, people are like, let's get rid of the AR-15 because it's used in most mass shootings. There's a viral post on Twitter that I saw today that showed like all these shootings use the AR-15. But because it's also one of the most popular rifles in America. And unfortunately, we can't just all of a sudden get rid of all those rifles, take them away from everybody. I mean, there's probably, thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of those rifles in America. They're not going anywhere. But my main point is that this problem isn't as simple as both political parties want to make it. The real problem here is, why are people doing this shit in the first place? And the answer, to me, is that American society can be really, really cruel. I mean, you know this, I know this, and it seems like whenever we have these mass shootings, people aren't talking about anything to do with our actual society. They're looking for quick fixes like taking guns away. How many school shootings happened because some kid got bullied 24/7 and then finally snapped, right? It's a little easier to get rid of guns than it is to somehow find ways to stop bullying, which is a very, very something that is very ingrained in our culture. I mean, you watch movies, you watch TV shows. I'm sure you kind of experience this in your own lives. But it's kind of hard to just all of a sudden take that out. And yeah, most of these shooters are white guys. And they're also guys that are probably having mental health problems, right? Police are taking a lot of heat for pointing out that the Atlanta shooter had a sex obsession and using that as a possible motive for the murders. And that pissed off a ton of people who said it was obviously a hate crime. And you know what? Honestly, it does seem a bit racially motivated, just looking at everything above. But we haven't seen any of the evidence. We haven't seen this guy's house. We haven't seen this guy's browser history. Honestly, we just don't know shit at this moment, right? And police have come out and they've actually said there's evidence that he did have some kind of crazy Asian fetish porn thing going on. But, the fact is we don't know. But that doesn't stop people from taking the story and jumping on it for their own political benefit. It comes about Trump and the Kung flu or the China virus, and maybe it is related to all the hate that Asians are facing because of the coronavirus. That's very real. But the truth is, we just don't know why this dude flew off the handle, and that's what we should be focusing on right now. And anyways, that's kind of what I think about all this. Instead of calling for more guns or less guns, let's figure out what causes people with guns to go on random shooting sprees. Because I think I've seen some articles out there that point out that there is a gun for every man, woman, and child in the United States. And they're not all AR-15s. Like, obviously, we need more gun legislation. We need more restrictions on people's access to getting guns. We need more mental health stuff. But it's not an easy fix of just, all right, let's just take all the guns away, then all the shootings are going to stop. Let's start treating the causes of mass shootings instead of just dealing with the symptoms, right? And using them for political reasons. Now, of course, I do want to extend my deepest condolences to the families hurt by these tragedies. No matter what your politics are, remember that these are real people who are burying their mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, husbands, and wives. And let's give them the respect they deserve and be honest about the real causes behind these mass shootings and what we can or can't do about them. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you saw some of these shootings, let me know about what you think about what happened. And, I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking out there. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Thanks so much for stopping by, checking out Citizen Pete Live. I really, really appreciate it. Do me a favor, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel, and I will be right back. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Thanks so much for watching Citizen Pete. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to this channel, especially if you just found me, if you just found Citizen Pete. YouTube's doing a lot of stuff with their algorithm to kind of stop independent media from being recommended with other channels and stuff. So I really appreciate it if you like the channel, comment on the video, maybe share the channel, and subscribe. That would really help me out a lot. So that crazy old Mitch McConnell, you got to hand it to him. If Democrats were, just half as ruthless or cutthroat as he is, they would have passed minimum wage a decade ago. And so Moscow Mitch heard about the Democrats' plan to ditch the filibuster, and he's got a little plan of his own. Now, in case you, real quickly, in case you missed your social studies lesson, the filibuster is a way for the minority party to block the majority from passing legislation. Think of it this way. You're at a bar, and you meet this fine woman, or man, or, whatever pronouns you prefer. This channel is LGBTQ friendly. Okay, so you're at the bar, and, you find someone you're interested in, but before you can close the deal, your friend comes and gets in the way and cock blocks you. Well, that's the filibuster. Probably not the explanation you heard back in school, but essentially it's a cock block on Congress. And so now Democrats are working on a way to get rid of the filibuster so they can pass their Joe Biden's agenda. A lot of things Joe Biden wants to do, minimum wage increase, infrastructure plans. I recently saw in an article that he wants to dedicate $5 trillion to a reimagining of America. And Democrats probably aren't signing up for that. But good old Mitch McConnell, he's got a plan. He's going to make the Senate a living hell if Democrats get rid of the filibuster. According to Axios, he's going to start requiring in-person votes for everything the Senate does. You see, most of the time, senators actually have a pretty cushy lives. They don't have to actually go to the Senate for a lot of things because there's so many procedural votes and stuff that doesn't get a whole lot of attention. Well, Mitch McConnell is threatening to require in-person votes for absolutely everything. You know, roll calls for simple measures, quorum votes for everything the Senate does, which essentially a quorum vote, it means that everyone has to be there in person, and long-winded debates on everything going on in Congress. You know, if you thought C-SPAN was boring before, wait until this shit starts. You know, honestly, I think it's hilarious that Mitch McConnell's threat to Democrats to make them, to drop the filibuster threat is to, make them actually do their damn jobs at the Capitol. You know, for me, I think getting rid of the filibuster is a bad but necessary idea. Our country has become so polarized that Congress can't actually get shit done. You know, each state gets 2 senators, right? 2 senators. So California's 40 million people have the same representation in the Senate as North Dakota. And if you include both Dakotas, then actually the couple of 100,000 folks in the Dakotas trump California. It's stupid. Yeah, doesn't make sense and makes it so our government doesn't actually work. You know, on the other hand, Republicans are probably going to get some big gains in 2022. It's been a long time since the current administration, the folks in power, have actually improved their amount of seats in the midterm elections. So in 2022, we could very realistically see a Republican House or a Republican Senate. And so the shoe will be on the other foot at some point. You know, so getting rid of the filibuster could really bite Democrats in the ass down the road. But on the other hand, if they want to show they deserve to be reelected in the first place, they have to get shit done. They get shit done now. And the only way to do that is by getting rid of the filibuster. You know, again, not sure if that'll happen. Not sure what actual legislative capabilities they have to really get rid of the filibuster, but it's definitely there's possible. And Kamala Harris and other Democrats could soon be spending a lot more time in the halls of the Capitol if it does. And I, for one, don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. But hey, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think our senators should be forced to be working at the Capitol more often? Do you think they should get rid of the filibuster? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Hey, thanks so much for watching Citizen Pete Live. I very much appreciate it. Hey, instead of just watching the show, why don't you come beyond the show? We try to include guests from the left and the right and talk some politics and discuss what's going on. Whether you're a hardcore conservative who thinks Trump is the second coming, or you're a liberal and think Trump should be in jail, I want to talk to you. Do me a favor, leave me a comment, subscribe, like this channel, and let me know if you want to be on the show, or send me an email to citizenpete101@gmail.com. And I mean that too, honestly. If you want to be on the show, let me know. I'm actually looking for someone to come on Friday. Would love to talk some gun legislation or anything else you got going on. So hit me up, citizenpete101@gmail.com. And if you haven't already, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. We're at a little bit over 350 subscribers now. I appreciate every one of y'all, and if you're watching this, if you like this, definitely do me a favor and subscribe for more. So a police detective in Pennsylvania found out his wife was cheating on him the hard way. No, he didn't walk in on her having sex with another man or read her steamy text messages. No, Michael Henley has decided to divorce his wife Jennifer after she was photographed storming the Capitol with another man. According to Business Insider, Jennifer Henley was charged with several crimes after the riot, including disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, and violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, court documents show. The FBI also said in court documents filed on Wednesday that it identified Heinl through her association with a man identified as Kenneth Grayson, and shared a photo of the two that they obtained from Grayson's iPad. That is the photo you are seeing on your screen now, I believe. Damn, that sucks. I would have loved to hear that tape of the FBI call with good old Michael there. Hello? Do you know Jennifer? Yes. Were you aware that she stormed the Capitol? No. Can you identify the man she was with? The who? Damn, Michael, that shit sucks, man. I do feel for you there. This is, I believe, Michael and Jennifer back in, I assume, happier days. Well, Michael filed for a divorce from Jennifer back in February. And for her part, Jennifer says, she just ran into this dude at the Capitol while doing a little insurrectionist type stuff. But the FBI says they have a message for him, and they have evidence that she messaged him, this Kenneth guy, before to set it all up, that they rented a car together and shared a hotel room. Hey, who knew that trying to destroy our democracy could be such a romantic getaway? Well, Michael, I'm sorry. That shit sucks. For real. Man to man, divorce is a very horrible thing. Now, I was trying to find out from this story how long Michael and Jennifer had been married, and I couldn't find anything. But whether it's 7 months, 7 years, 7 weeks, just be glad you don't have to spend another minute with this traitorous ass chick. So, yeah, did you see the story? Let me comment. Let me know what you think. And, that's finding out the hard way that the person that you are. Hey everybody, hope you are enjoying Citizen Pete Live. Very much appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the show. If you haven't already, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, and also sign up for notifications. Very important to do that so you can get the latest content sent directly to your phone. You can also keep up with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CitizenPete101. But again, very much appreciate you guys supporting this show and supporting independent journalism. I'll be right back with more politics, news, and entertainment. I like that promo. I really like the music. Also, I changed up my studio a little bit. Let me know what you think. I got some red lights, some blue lights, kind of make it pop a little bit more. What can I say? I love doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would love it if you subscribe to Citizen Pete. I try to put out content pretty consistently. Some weeks better than others, but hey, do me a favor, like the channel, subscribe, or I should say, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave me a comment, let me know what you are thinking. I definitely want to know what you're thinking about this story because it is it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's kind of crazy just how brazen some folks are. So the $1.9 trillion COVID stimulus bill that Joe Biden and the Democrats passed without a single Republican vote is incredibly popular, with more than 70% of Americans approving of it. So after spending weeks doing everything they could to stop it from happening, Republicans are now, you guessed it, taking credit for the bill itself. And apparently, it's working. According to Vox News and a survey from Data for Progress, a survey conducted March 5th through 7th, around the time the stimulus bill passed before the Senate, 21% of likely voters said they believe Republicans supported the ARP, which is the stimulus bill in abbreviated form, including 31% of Republicans. All right, so just in case you got caught up in the words there, maybe that didn't come out as cleanly as I'd like it to. Basically, 31% of Republicans think that the GOP actually supported this very, very COVID-19 stimulus bill. And as I'm sure most of you probably know, they absolutely did not support that bill at all. So where did conservatives get that ridiculous idea from? Well, from other conservatives, of course. I will direct your attention to a tweet from Senator Roger Wicker of Missouri, who tried to take credit for parts of the bill by, talking about it helping restaurant workers by saying independent restaurant operators have won $28.6 billion worth of targeted COVID relief. Yes, he threw that out there on a tweet, and I will remind you that he voted against that targeted relief, while seeming to take credit for it on Twitter. But hey, he is not alone. And this is definitely a name I should have practiced before this, but Representative Maria Elvira Salazar, sorry about that, tweeted about the Biden administration adding her ideas to the bill. Again, a bill that she voted against. Seriously? It's actually kind of funny to me. It's like Republicans, they're it's funny, they're like all of a sudden down with socialism or communism now. No, comrade. Not your idea. Our idea. This would be like, not to get all biblical on everyone with Easter coming up, but this would be like Satan taking credit for the resurrection of Jesus. Like, oh yeah, I was there the whole time with the Romans and the crucifying. I was there. I should get some credit too, right? Yeah, just total and complete bullshit. But the Biden administration is doing something Obama never actually did, and trying to claim some credit here. After the bill was passed, Biden announced a nationwide tour to actually promote the bill, which confused a lot of political folks. You usually do that before the bill was passed, not after the bill was passed. But hey, Biden wants people to know it was him and the Democrats that got this legislation through, that got you $1,400 checks, that got more money for the Small Business Administration, for the PPP program, money to reopen schools. He wants you to know that it was Democrats and Democrats alone that did this. So even though his name isn't on the check, you'll know who put cash in your pocket come 2022 and 2024. But yes, this is for me. This is just brazen politics. There, I mean, you got to have some big cojones in a way to try to take credit for this shit if you are a Republican. But hey, let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's other Republicans I have missed who have tried to take credit for this here. And if you're on the other side of the aisle, I'd love to see where Democrats have also done the same thing. I do try to report equally on both sides, but sometimes it seems like Republicans just do way more crazy shit than the Democrats. But hey, leave me a comment. Let me know. Hey, if you're watching the show here and you like what you see, do me a favor and follow me on Facebook at CitizenPete101. You can also follow me on Twitter at CitizenPete101 again, and on Instagram at, you guessed it, CitizenPete101. I'll be right back with some more news, politics, and entertainment. Yep, very much. Yeah, follow me on Twitter if you can, CitizenPete101 on Twitter, also on Instagram and on Facebook, and of course, right here on YouTube if that's where you're watching this video. I actually stream to a couple of different sites, apparently even Twitch, even though I don't really look at the Twitch stuff as much. But yeah, subscribe to me on all those outlets, and yeah, I'd love to bring you some more political content. So, Candace Owens has a book to sell. So she's doing what she does best: attacking black people. First, she made the claim that Meghan Markle isn't black enough to face discrimination, and she's not good at playing the victim.
because she's now telling everybody that she was suicidal because of bad press, that it's because of racism, even though she's not even, you look at her, you would not be able to discern just by looking at Meghan Markle that she's black. And it has to do with a typical leftist progressive in Hollywood seeing something traditional and then saying, you know what, that thing has history, that thing has tradition, and I'm going to call it racist. And I have the grounds to call it racist because, as Meghan Markle is, I'm 25% black. And my son, by the way, if you've seen a picture of Archie and you believe that he has suffered anti-black racism, then I'm a Nigerian prince and give me your credit card details. I mean, it's
Candace,
so ridiculous.
I would like to think.
So my favorite part about that clip is even Sean Hannity's like, oh shit. Ah shit, she just said that on my show. Ah shit. Like, he can kind of tell he's just like, look, we're crazy at Fox News, but we're not saying who's black and who's not black. That's just, even he's kind of a little freaked out over that one. And now, because, again, she's got a book to sell, Candace Owens is attacking Cardi B over the hit song WAP. W-A-P. I'd say the name of the song, but my mom watches this channel, so, yeah. Anyway, here we go.
Feels more sinister. This is starting to me to seem like it's not even left or right. It's not a political issue. This seems like an attack on American values, American traditions, and you're actually actively trying to make children aspire to things that are grotesque. This is not about diversity anymore, Tucker. It's about perversity. No. We are celebrating perversity in America. Again, we are weakening America. That's really what we should be talking about. This is a weakening of American society. We are setting the stage, and it feels like we are looking at corrosion, like we are about to see the end of an empire. America cannot survive. It cannot be sustained under these sorts of values and principles.
And again, even Tucker Carlson, there's like, ah, shit, this one's batshit crazy. I mean, just look on like the look on his face. It's like, oh shit. I mean, sometimes he always looks a little confused, but even then he's like, all right, let me get this. We're talking about WAP, not WMD. Like, how is this a threat to the United States of America? Yeah. And, honestly, what's worse for women's rights? A political party that's pretty brazen about their belief that women belong in the kitchen, or a song about wet-ass pussies. Fine, I said it. Mom will be fine. I just pray to God she doesn't see this video and bring it up later, because that is one conversation I do not want to have. So Candace wants to go on about racism and sexism as if she isn't a white troll in a black body. If you saw Candace Owens' profile, if Candace Owens' Twitter profile didn't have a picture, you'd think she was a white nationalist. Candace Owens really is Clayton Bigsby, if he wasn't blind. The only reason she's so popular is she is a beard for racist white people. Now, if you're unfamiliar with LGBTQ culture, a beard allows you to pretend to be straight, even though everyone knows you're super gay. So, Candace Owens says a lot of horrible shit about black people, and she makes it okay for white people to do the same. I mean, there's a reason why Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson booked Candace Owens to discuss those topics. Even though they seemed a little like, shit, she kind of went there. I mean, they were probably hoping she would point out something about how black is Meghan Markle, or say something crazy about, WAP, like. And they also realized, okay, well, I'm a white guy. I can't say anything about it. Let's bring on Candace Owens and, have her say some crazy shit, and she delivered. And people could say, oh, it's not racist. It's Candace Owens said it, So again, I asked the question, who is causing more harm to black women? Cardi B rapping about, what kind of sex she likes? Hey. Nothing wrong about that. That's empowering. Or is it Candace Owens giving cover to racist, sexist dudes who can't handle the song? I mean, I thought the old conservative thing was, all right, if you don't like it, just don't listen to it, or just don't watch it. Apparently, that doesn't apply to WAP. And when it comes to Meghan Markle not being black enough, I think I can speak for all my black brothers and sisters when I say we demand that Candace Owens return her black card so we can give it to Meghan Markle. Because if there's one thing that unites all black peoples, it's fighting racism so our kids don't have to deal with that shit. And apparently, Candace Owens didn't get that memo. Or she decided a paycheck was more important. But yeah, let me know what you think about Candace Owens. Yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this, especially that Meghan Markle's not black. I mean, come on, give me a break. Don't get me wrong. So I've seen pictures, and maybe she isn't, isn't the darkest person in the world. But hey, I mean, that's some pretty crazy shit to claim that she's not black enough to be discriminated against. Yeah, that is some grade A bullshit right there. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Thanks so much for stopping by, checking out Citizen Pete Live. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel, and I will be right back. Paul, what's up, man? Hey, nice to see you checking in and stuff. Hey, I said I had some content on the way. Maybe it took me a little bit of time to get it up there, but man, good to see you. Good to see you chatting. I'd love to see that racial draft come back. That'd be pretty good. I think we'd kind of, it's like that whole. That's where I got that joke from. I was thinking about that Condoleezza Rice part. It's like, all right, we'll try to trade away Condoleezza Rice. You want to make sure we can get her off the black side there. But what's up, man? Thanks for watching. I did appreciate when you were like, all right, what's up? Where you been at for the last couple weeks? That definitely appreciated your comment there. And hopefully you're enjoying the show. And this is the last story of the evening, and it's definitely a weird one. So anyone who follows Tim Pool on Twitter or watches Timcast in real life know that he's kind of a dick. He's a little out there. But did you know he's actually such a prick that he'd hold someone's cat hostage? All right, stay with me here, because the deets on this story are, to be honest, weird as shit. So Tim's been trying to launch this website called Scanner, and it ain't exactly going so well. So he's got two business partners in this project, Rocco Castro and Emily Molly. Molly has a cat named Betsy. And while Emily has been out, kind of run around the country, and while she was out covering the Capitol riots, shit got a little weird. So Emily has been trying to create content for this website. She's been traveling all over the country. And so she left Betsy at Tim Pool's compound in Maryland. Now, Pool was already having trouble with his business partners, reportedly, at this point. And this is also, I should probably point out that this is coming from an article in the Daily Beast. But yes, Tim Pool was reportedly having problems with his business partners before the insurrection attempt. And I guess Emily had some footage that he didn't want to go public. So after the riots on January 6th, Pool freaked out on her. According to the Daily Beast, there is some crazy voicemail messages that he left, but not sure what was said or what, was alleged. But one thing was clear. Apparently, after their conversation, Emily wasn't getting her cat back. Now, supposedly, Emily did finally get the cat back after police got involved, and Betsy was returned to Emily, and the cat is now safe and sound. But what a weird story, right? But in a way, for me, this is kind of who Tim Pool is. For a lot of you guys out there, you maybe have not heard of him, but he's made a fortune by claiming to be a once woke liberal who has seen the error of his ways and now preaches to the MAGA mob. Why? Is it because he's truly changed? He's changed his ideals? Or is it because he's created a massive media empire with a ton of MAGA fans and needs to keep feeding that beast to feed his bank account? To me, Tim Pool is the internet's most successful troll, and he's pretty damn good about it. I guess I'll see what, if he gets a little bit of trolling himself now that he apparently likes to hold cats hostage. But yeah, this is, I've done some weird stories on Citizen Pete. This might be one of the weirdest. Let me know if you've heard this story. If you watch Tim Pool, if you watch Timcast, like, it's one of those weird things. I watch it, and it is kind of entertaining sometimes. But yeah, they either flip from like saying things that I totally agree with, things I think, okay, that's an interesting thought there, to just total and complete and utter bullshit. It's like they seem to just constantly go back and forth between the two. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of Tim, and let me know what you think of Tim taking a cat hostage. Like some pretty weird shit. Hey everybody, hope you are enjoying Citizen Pete Live. Very much appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the show. If you haven't already, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, and also sign up for notifications. Very important to do that so you can get the latest content sent directly to your phone. You can also keep up with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CitizenPete101. But again, very much appreciate you guys supporting this show and supporting independent journalism. I'll be right back with more politics, news, and entertainment. Hey, thanks again for you guys tuning in and for sure leaving comments. What's going on, Paul? Yeah, Tim Pool said Trump would win 50 states in 2020. What a bad take. For sure, yeah. Tim has had a lot of bad takes. You know, he goes on about, like, you know, Joe Biden's a Chinese implant or something like that. It's almost like he's trying to do Russiagate with China and Biden. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. And, like, yeah, he is, it's one of those things. He tries to promote himself as a reformed leftist liberal, but you watch any of his content and it's very, very right-leaning. It's just like it's a marketing ploy that he's kind of put out there. Yeah, you pretty much watch anything he does or says, and it's all just straight up MAGA stuff it's like MAGA stuff without trying to fully come off as MAGA like, you know. So it's trying to draw people in with rational seeming arguments and then feeding them bullshit. And the way he does that is he kind of either makes up facts or misrepresents facts, or Tim Pool's whole outlook, right, is that you can't believe any of the crazy shit you see on the internet. And then he's like, hey, let me show you this crazy shit I found on the internet. I mean, that's like Tim Pool's entire thing. So yeah, I'm not really a fan. I mean, I try to research things or fact check stuff. And even if there's something I don't agree with or don't believe in, I'll talk about it. And try to present both sides of the argument. But Tim Pool just kind of sees things and tries to, get his base riled up about bullshit. And that's the thing. I'm not here to rile people up about bullshit. I'm here to talk about what's actually going on, and my own take perspective on it. But yeah, man, appreciate the comment. And yeah, it feels good to be back. I have not. It's been a couple weeks off. I feel like I haven't done content in way too long, but it's nice to be back. And yeah, again, if you haven't done already, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back better than ever. Thanks again, y'all. Y'all take it easy.